Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. Today we're back down here at the main plant and we're going to concentrate on ramping up our coal production. So to go along with the iron ore, we need a lot of coal of course, and we've got this pretty substantial surface deposit here. So I've worked on widening that out a little bit, and you can see I've got some concrete set up here to make it a little easier to get in and out. Let's get the HUD back on. And just to make it look a little better, I'm going to put some footers under there. There we go. So let's get fired up. And what I'd like to do is be able to come down here and turn around eventually. So we can climb up out of here normally. Also thought about making a place down here I could dump in without even having to leave. So that's the other option I'm considering. Oh, don't run off there. It's just like the other area. It's a little tougher to back out. The gearing's just not quite as good in reverse. Also, you'll notice this is an L11. I did sell the old L10. So I've got a pair of L11s now, one at each area. It's just quite a bit more powerful. Can move a lot more material. So that's what we're going to go with. Also got rid of the fuel depot over here. I got tired of clicking it when I was moving the bucket. And we got a new improved fuel area over there by the asphalted road. But that's a little hard to see. I'm going to put a... Do I have pillars on me? I have a traffic barrier. That'll work. And I'm going to put that on snap build. Let's just set a barrier right here on this edge. Just to make that a little easier to see. So I thought about, we could scoop and then dump like in here, but we don't have enough room really to do that anyway. So I'm going to work on widening this out. You see I've already kind of started that here. So we can eventually just come down and work this big surface vein worth of coal. And then when we get a pretty good area off, we'll just go down another little layer until we run out. That's the plan anyway. So lots of digging today. I did get the asphalt road finished. Pretty happy with that. We'll be showing that off in a future episode as we start transporting more ore. So what I can do is back down in here. I've got kind of just enough room to get my butt back in here and start taking scoops out this direction. Thrown all over the place by the physics. You see as we run up out of here, you're just far better off in forward motion. Let's do a little bit of that. Thought about putting some barriers up on the side, but we'll just be careful. We'll see how that works out for us. I think I will go ahead and... how many blocks? I've got quite a few blocks still. Let's go and get that on grid. Go ahead and widen this up a bit here where I've already scooped out. Knock this down just a little bit by hand. No need to waste in that coal. There we go. And how are we looking over here to widen? Not too bad. I tell you what, it doesn't take long to blow through some concrete blocks. That's for sure. Actually might want to go kick off some more of those. Can I get through here? power of the vertical. Alright, fine. We'll go around. The jump's a little bit ridiculous, but I know why they did it, so you can get up on stuff. And not a big deal. Alright, we've got a decent amount of water and concrete in here, so let's just kick off, say, another, like, 50 of these. Well, I did have a question about the blocks, like how I got the seams in between the blocks. That's just because I'm using the chamfered version of these blocks here. There we go. Didn't take too much. We'll get another 50 of those kicked off. And I did a little more decorating here between episodes. Just made some of these little steps. Oh, I did have a pylon on me, didn't I? Didn't see that down there. So let's get rid of that, and we'll stick the one orange pylon I have on me. Right there in the corner. There we go. Okay, more blocks kicked off. Let's get back to digging. And I guess I could get rid of this. This just went down to the blasted rock, if I remember right. Yeah, the other one goes down to iron and copper. This just goes down to blasted rock, so we know it's down there. We know it's deep. We're not going for it anytime soon. I think that's pretty much it, so. Just filled in with some blockage. Oh, that was a little too far there. Get back up. No problem. I'm doing a terrible job of driving. There's a little floater out there. We need to get that. I didn't have any momentum, so now we're just got to grind up this in D1. Back off just a little bit. You can fly up that ramp and forward. So we got a little bit of dirt and pay dirt on top of the coal. Will help pay the bills too. Yeah, still didn't get much of a run at it, but 10 mile an hour is better than 4. There we go. That's a nice big scoop. There we go. A little bit of a run at it this time. There we go. So I don't know if the texture color, like when you have a load in a bucket or a dump truck, I don't know if it takes the color of like the last thing to go in or the majority of the ore. I don't know how that works. I haven't really done any testing around it. Alright, we need to get some of that high stuff. We're up to level 24. I could get the little mine loader, the little low guy, but it costs like almost $500,000, so I just went with an L11. I can afford that. Once we get our steel cranked back up, we can make a pretty chunk of money. No. Slipped up on the mouse there. Almost dumped it right in front of the hopper. A little floater again up there. There, we got it. See if I can come in here and... There we go. Knock some of that down. Perfect. All right, how much iron did I have? We got quite a bit of iron, so we need to... Let's get another scoop or two, and then we'll go get some steel production kicked off. I think I'm waiting over there on the smelters for coal. I thought you used to, if you were turned and hopped out, it would stay turned. Oh, when you turn the engine off, it goes back to center. Funny. Anyway, it doesn't do that anymore. Unless I'm just misremembering, thinking of another game or something. Alright, we're down to our last 6 concrete blocks. But that's why we're making more. All this is just dirt. Speaking of dirt, when I first tested the sell point, it was selling for half cost. It no longer does that. It does sell for full cost now. So I'm not losing any money by selling my dirt through the sell point. Just FYI. Somebody put a comment, I think that was quite a few videos back, that it did give full price. So. You are correct. I tested again. It is indeed full price. It used to give you like 10 times price, so I never used it because it was so buggy. It was like cheating. So on season 3, didn't use the sell point at all. But it's now fixed, which is nice. And I was okay with it giving you half for the convenience. But we are getting full price for our dirt. $1.40 a pop, I think. If you do 10, you'll get $14. Alright, with that dumped in, let's go over here and get some fuel. I'll show the spruced up area over here, although I need to build a road right here. Like where I'm driving right now, I want to make just an access road. Probably not paved, but it needs smoothed out, trees chopped, all that jazz. So, this is our new fuel point. And sometimes it gives us fuel. Must be just outside the range. There it goes. This is our truck turnaround spot. And then I got it kind of evened up here with the ramp. That took quite a bit of work. I did a lot of hand placing and tamping of the asphalt. Finally got that to where I was happy with it. So next road project will be an access road over here because it's pretty rough. Alright, we're topped off with fuel. Let's go get some coal. Make sure we're getting steel kicked off. Oh yeah, look at all that coal. It's a beautiful thing. I also need to grab more blocks out of here. Here we go. Still chugging away on those. Let's go ahead and get another 50 queued up. We're going to go through a lot of those. Means we're going to need some more cement here eventually. Alright, nothing in there. Not too surprising. You get an access point set up for this guy. It's just a little bit in there. I haven't been pulling out a lot of pay dirt. And then I've got this set up to go to the storage here. And we haven't put any gravel in, so nothing there. Do I have? Oh, I do have a little bit of ruby ores. Let's kick those in there. All right, we have almost 3,000 iron. We got all kinds of coal. So let's get these all kicked off. You're done making iron, so we're gonna have you make steel. Still cranking through the iron, so you're fine. Have you do the little bit of gold, and then you're gonna steel as well. Gonna do steel. You're gonna do steel. Then we're out of iron. Or are we? You can see I've been busy bringing iron ore down here. Cranking through that. And you're making steel. Making steel. The batch of you queued up. There we go. That's good, I think, for now. Iron coming out of there. Good. You guys are all iron or steel. And then always be crafting. We need to make sure our crafty guys are doing stuff. So you have some nuts and bolts. Sorry, bolts and nuts, according to that. I'm going to go ahead and get 100 of you guys going in each one of those. And I think I put all the other stuff in here. Kick you off. There we go. Some steel beams in there. Bit of those. I'm gonna grab all these again, and then how much steel? We got steel beams. Take 8 of those, so there we go. I used up all our nuts and bolts. So we'll do 20 in each, basically. Split up the love here. Perfect. Alright, and you guys are cranking out more nuts and bolts. I'll throw the extra stuff in you. For stairs, we'll get our steel blocks. Needs chop more trees if we want any more of those. Alright, do a little selling. Got $1,000 worth of gold. 21,000 worth of those. I'm gonna keep the staircase. I don't care about this little tiny bit of stuff. And then I'm gonna, what if I sold this? So that's worth 90 grand. So if we get desperate, we can always sell coal. Cool. And then I've got yellow for painting staircases. So I would like to have, a stairway over to the, is this the wash plant? No, this is a sluice box. The problem I ran into is, I think if I put a steel floor there, I think it clips. Let's go get a ceiling. Did I use all the steel floor? Look at all my parts at the bottom. I didn't think I used all the steel floor. Yet I don't see it there. Am I blind? What did I do with my steel floor? Maybe I did use it all. Maybe I used the last 2 over there. We need beam, so we just need that stuff basically. So I'm missing nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts are the bottleneck. Somebody said that in a comment, and they are correct. That is the bottleneck now. This stuff didn't used to take bolts and nuts. So I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to queue up. We do 10 steel floors. Yeah, there we go. And we'll do the rest of your steel blocks. All that good. Then I'm going to take half of these over to the other machine, just so we have parts in each one. There we go. We'll let that crank through. We have a steel floor. Takes a little while to crank through those, doesn't it? Alright, that gives us 2 to play with. So let's go over here. I'm pretty sure it clips in, and that's why I didn't do it. How badly does it clip in? Let's go to snap. Yeah, it kind of clips in there a bit. Do I care? I guess that's the question. Do I care enough for it to matter? But at least a handrail there. I mean, that lets me get to it easy enough. I think I'm okay with that clipping a little bit like that. That way we can get to it nice and easy. And we're all good. Okay, back to the digging. This is a lot of dirt. But we get XP for digging dirt, I guess. Get a decent amount of XP for crafting as well. Gotta kind of steer when the tires are on the ground. This thing does a lot of bouncing for a big heavy machine. Oh boy. We get the little snout thing there. There we go. And all the dirt. It'll be interesting to see how far this coal deposit goes. It looks like it might be petering off in this direction. Then there's quite a bit around here, so I don't think there's any shortage of coal. Going the wrong direction there, buddy. It's okay. We saved it. So I kind of want to get scooped in there, but I'm not sure I can. Let's back up here. Yeah, sort of can. There we go. Let off the gas as you come off the ramp. Plant that front tire so you can actually steer. Oh, I hit the wrong key. Work our way back up on here. There we go. Saved it. See, that changed colors. It was coal, and then it went to dirt. It's maybe pay dirt color now. So I think this is working pretty well with the L11. It's a lot more powerful than the L10. It's definitely a positive upgrade. It's a nice loader. This little dipsy doodle up here is bothering me. Let's get rid of that. Pretty decent chunk of pay dirt up here as well. Let me see if I can get that corner of coal. Should come down here front end this time. There we go. Oh. Trying to steer and manipulate the bucket at the same time. It almost didn't work out. So I see we're getting like pipes soon for fluids, so you can use water to make your stuff. I remember it was the wash plant. There was something you could use water to make it more efficient. You could pump oil into your asphalt plant to get better yield, that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to that update. So we also have a ton of coal over at the other site, but I'd have to build up to get to it. So that's why I'm doing coal here for now, and we're going to concentrate on getting the other ores out of the ground at the secondary site. Mainly iron ore, although I did see some copper ore coming through. So somewhere up there we've got some copper ore. I wasn't able to find it just hand picking my way up there. It's often nestled in with the iron ore. So we're getting a little bit of coal peeking through there. Got some of it picked up. Alrighty, well, I think that'll do it for this one. I'm going to sign off here, and I think the next episode we'll be back up at the iron mine, and we'll do kind of the same thing, just moving a bunch of material with iron, getting it trucked down here, and just keep cranking out the steel, making money, because as our XP goes up, we're going to be able to buy some new, bigger, better equipment. Of course, we'll need money for that. So, thanks as always for watching, folks, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.